is Erv Emery. Erv is the owner of Mono Loco Tours, which you can find on Facebook at Mono Loco Tours Roatan. Hey, Erv, nice to talk to you again, as always. I like talking to you because you're kind of one of these guys that came down here and had this great idea to do something that wasn't being done. Not that it hadn't been done before, but it hadn't been done the way you envisioned it. And so now you've got your Christmas party coming up, which is going to be on the water on Christmas Day afternoon from 3 to 7. You're a restaurant guy. You know, you never saw this as a party boat experience. You saw this as something that should bring together food and fun and the water and kind of give something that you can't find anywhere else. Tell us about what's going on Christmas Day.
So for Christmas Day, we're going to do our annual dinner cruise on Christmas Day along the shoreline. We run it fairly early so people can have their mornings available and free and also their afternoons. So we're going to go from 3 to 7 p.m. And with that dinner, it'll be a 3 to 3.5 hour cruise on everything will be pretty much included with this. It'll be, you have, we're going to do a specialty appetizer we did last year and people liked it so much. We're going to repeat it again this year. And it's going to be a sausage Scottish egg, which is very unique, which we will actually produce and prepare on the boat for everybody to enjoy. And then we'll continue on to that, and we'll be doing our smoked stuffed pork loin on it. We'll be doing a cheesy mashed potatoes. We'll be doing it's a bacon green bean casserole, but some people don't want bacon, so we'll do also a little side that'll be just like a onion and green bean casserole for it. And then we'll have our apple crisp will be a dessert that we'll do for everybody to enjoy. And along that, we'll also have a fresh fruit bar for people to be able to enjoy as they're going about the afternoon and then on the boat and playing. Then there'll be snorkeling. Floats will be included with that as well. And then we'll have, of course, the world's only and first floating twister game for being able to hop on board and go. We also have
floating twister.
Yes, it's the only one in the world like it. I made it. I created it. I invented it. It's very fun. So it's basically a floating dock system and that with a twister board that I had gorilla glued to the whole thing. And so side of it, you can play twister while you're floating on the water, which is very entertaining to watch and to play as much. And if you fall down, you only end up in the water. So you really don't get hurt or anything. It's just activity that's fun and that for everybody to enjoy and take video.
That's funny.
And that
leave it
for the
to
entertainment
you.
For the evening, we'll be doing karaoke, and the karaoke will be being led by DJ B Rad, as he likes to be called. So Brad will be doing the karaoke for us on board the boat with his system.
He's a good guy. I like him. He's fun. He's fun to hang out with. So a lot of people, you know, you and I first talked about this, and one of the things that I think you and I talked about most was that you wanted to be different than just a party boat because that was not where you wanted to go with this.
Correct. Yeah, I've been in the restaurant industry for over 35 years, and part of that in the bar industry as well. And the last thing I wanted to be is just a party bar boat. That's not what I'm about the activities and food more than anything else on the water. When I came down here, I saw that no one was really doing wonderful like sunset dinner cruises along the shoreline, even lunch cruises along the shoreline with the snorkeling and the activities going into it. And so I created this vessel to have a nice flat platform that's very, very comfortable to be on with decking that's completely slip proof, with 95% of it in the shade, so you're not getting baked to death on it. Give it an environment so you get everything on it, like beautiful restrooms for men and women on it, a full bar, and convertible so we can do weddings and everything else on the deck of the boat. So Mono Loco was always built to be more of a restaurant dining experience with activities like snorkeling and karaoke on board the boat like we do, and fun activities along the water slides that we can do with the diving as well. And so when I came down here, I didn't see anyone doing anything like that, so I decided to build it and create it. Since I've been designing and building restaurants for 35 years, I'll design and build a floating version of something that would work really well on the waterways here. So that's how it began.
I wanted to mention something. When I'm from San Diego, we used to have a regular concert cruise like every month. Yeah. And we would bring big name artists in. Now we were on a hornblower yacht, and on the top deck, you weren't supposed to get, but we could get 500 people. Oh wow! Eventually, the Coast Guard made us take it to a much larger boat. But one thing that is really interesting is because of the water around the reef, it's very stable. And I don't think people often connect dining and the stability because I think sometimes they think it's going to be going up and down. And
Sure.
and again, you and I have talked about this, but I think people have in their mind when you say, "Oh, we're going to eat on the water." There's always somebody in the crowd that kills it by going, "Oh, I don't know if I can eat on the water. I get seasick." It's not
Right.
like that, and I just wanted to pass that on because you can't really say that in an ad, right? Hey, this is the boat where
Right.
you can eat and won't get seasick, but it's true.
Very sure.
So with everybody coming down, I know that the Canadians are coming because of Sunwing. That's in this mode. It's that
Yes.
time of year with tourists. If there is a group, how do they get in touch with you? Because you can set up something from the ground up for them, right? I mean, you can build this. This is not something that you have to go to at a certain time.
Correct. They can contact me by email, which is info@monolocotours.com. Again, that's info@monolocotours.com. Or they can contact me directly by phone. And of course, for here in Honduras, it's the +sign 504-3374-3994. And they can either call me directly or they can use WhatsApp, which is the best system to use because it's free. And that to make contact with me and we can do any type of customization that they want for their experience.
What size number of crowd do you feel comfortable with to start with for a small group?
For a small group, 10 or more people is always a good start to go up to. And then the boat is designed and built to handle up to 75 people. And we have seating on board the boat at all times for 50 people. But because it's convertible and I can move the shape of the bar and the size of it very quickly, the way I built it, so that I can convert it so it can be a full deck of 74. Matter of fact, only a couple months ago, we actually had supposed to be a group of only no more than about 60 people. They end up with 84 people that showed up at the dock in Infinity Bay that we picked up on the boat, and they all had a great time. So it's very flexible on the size of components. Being a flat deck boat that it is, it makes it very easy to be able to put a lot of people on board the boat deck. And when you talked about stability of the boat, we're extremely, because when I designed and built this boat, I did it with 3 hulls, not 2. So she doesn't rock and roll. She doesn't swing and move and tilt left and right like this at all. She stays very stable in the water. So it keeps it so it's very motionless, especially on the inside of the reef like we cruise to, for doing all the dining on. And people like that. And I wanted it to be that kind of comfort level so you don't get seasick on the boat. You don't feel that motion. And when you get off the boat, even if you're on it for several hours at a time, you don't like all night long go, man, I feel like I'm still rocking on that boat, which I didn't want to have anybody have to go
Nope.
through the experience. And so tri-hull was the way to go. It keeps me high up in the water so we stay, very shallow draft. And then we don't have to worry about the reef systems. And we can stay very stable and that we don't do a lot of rocking to the left and to the right.
Yeah, having been on the boat a few times, having been on the Mono Loco, it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
If you want to get in the water, you can. If you don't want to get in the water, you don't have to.
Right.
You go to some places that you can drop people right off of the boat into snorkeling, and the island's got some great snorkeling. So and it's perfect for families. That one thing, it's kids love this.
Yes. Yes. And that's one of the designs of the boat is that it wasn't just to be a party boat to go party. It's really a family activities boat to be able to enjoy. See the shorelines of Roatan, which are absolutely stunning and beautiful. Of course, with our gorgeous waters that we have too and the clarity we have in them. And the boat was designed so that it's not just a big party boat. It's all activities, all ages can come on the boat and enjoy. The kids love it completely, especially because we have so many games and floats for them to play on. So if they want to snorkel, they can snorkel. If they don't, we put them on the floats that are out there, the big mat float they can run around on, the floating twister game that we have out there, and other individual floats that are ready to go for people. So anyone can enjoy the environment of the water for what it is that they want to be able to do. Because some people don't really want to snorkel all the time. They just want to be in the water and get off the boat. And so we have that available where they don't feel comfortable to be snorkeling, no problem at all. But if they did, they want to try, we're there and we have guides on board the boat that can help them as well too. And we
I would say it's the ultimate swim up bar.
Yes,
because if you're in the water, you can swim to the side and be served. Yes.
Yes.
Nobody else can do that. Okay. Let's go back. It's your Christmas party is from 3 to 7. Reservations should be made now.
Yes.
It's a full dinner.
Yes.
Basically, and a 3 to 3.5 hour cruise. You'll do pickups in West End and also in West Bay.
Yeah, so we'll be picking up in West End. In West End, we have a couple different areas we can go to. We can pick up at there's a dock there at the Villa de Playa, which is a yellow building there by Tita's Pink Seahorse Bar. There's a dock that we go to quite frequently. We can pick up early enough. We can pick up at Eddie's Bar on the water right there. We can pick up in Weston also. And then in West Bay, we go 99% of the time we go right to Infinity Bay's dock to pick up. But we can also, depending upon the traffic, we can sometimes go into Foster's dock on the West Bay also.
Erv, nice talking to you. Happy holidays, folks. If you want to check him out, Mono Loco Tours Roatan is how they're listed on Facebook, and his number and all the contact information's there.
It's good.
Good to talk to you.
Good to
Look
talk
forward
to you.
to seeing you.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Mono Loco, the crazy monkey.
The crazy
named
monkey.
after him, believe it or not.
Absolutely works. It goes in handy for me. Thank you.